Hello, everyone. Today we wanted to talk with you about suture needles. And when working in the operating room, you quickly learn that there is a large variety of suture needles. And when a surgeon needs to sew and tie during a procedure, they have to consider the suture, which is the thread that they're using, but they must also consider the suture needle that they're sewing with. I hope everyone enjoys. I love history, so I just wanted to start with a quick history review. And in England in 1867, Joseph Lister, who is known sort of as the father of asepsis and aseptic technique, he realizes that sterile suture can be safely implanted in the body. And this is a game changer because this discovery allows for suture to be left in the body and definitely used more frequently in medicine, and it led to the sizes and the shapes of suture needles that we use to evolve, because now we needed to get these sterile suture into parts of the body that we typically wouldn't have sewn in before. Next, in Germany in 1890, Adolf Martin invents martinetic steel, which is this very hard and durable steel that is widely used in really a variety of applications, not just surgical suture needles. But for our community, this stainless steel material made suture needles. So it was a big invent for us. And then in Scotland in 1915, George Merson invented the eyeless needle, which is also known as the swaged needle. And this is the design of needle that's most commonly used in the operating room today. And it's a favorable design because it reduces the damage caused to tissue when passing the needle in the suture. So the design of this needle, as we'll see in the next slides to come, is very streamlined. So the suture comes needle loaded. So this saves time because you don't have to load the suture onto the needle. And this needle design was so popular that George Merson kind of led to the founding of Ethicon, which was found in 1915, and it was found in Scotland. And now Ethicon is a subsidiary of Johnson and Johnson, but it is still one of the best known suture brands used in surgery and arguably the most popular. And then finally in Scotland in 1960, the use of gamma irradiation started to become popular to sterilize suture in their final packet. So these suture would come needle loaded, come in their final packaging, and we would just open them up onto the sterile field and they'd be sterile. And this discovery helped advance surgical practice and techniques because surgeons got away from having to load suture needles from this thing we used to use in needle books. So these books would come sterilized with a variety of different needles. And this invention allowed us to just open what suture we needed and it would be sterile and it would be needle loaded. So this isn't the only way, gamma irradiation isn't the only way to sterilize suture and suture needles that we have now, but it was at the time a big invention and it was the first way that we did. So now we just wanted to take a second and just tie everything up, give a little conclusion. And then we wanted to say that the design of suture needles, it has evolved so much over time. We see a lot more variety and it's constantly changing. So if anybody's interested in learning on where suture needles are going and what new suture options are becoming available, I'll be happy to talk about that in a different presentation. Just leave something in the comments for me. Uh, we wanted to remind everyone that one of the biggest developments in the suture needle design was that swaged needle. That was that needle that came suture loaded. We very commonly use suture loaded needles. We just wanted to thank everybody for listening. Let us know if you have any questions.